Every now and then, only every now and then, we see the mainstream media, only some of the channels, talk about the illegal migrant crisis. But sometimes they forget and then they talk about random stuff and then they go back to it, only when the numbers go up. What we want to talk about is very important because it's not just about the numbers coming in and how they come in and who they are and the vetting process. It's also about what happens when the Border Force and the Home Office welcome them to the UK via the illegal routes. We now discovered that are now spending a lot of money on expensive pizza and everything else, and they are claiming, the Home Office, that they are very, very responsible with the way they spend taxpayers' money. This is creating a very, very dangerous culture inside the Home Office. They're now saying that firstly, spend £7,000 on Domino's pizza on illegal migrants who come in. Now, every day they come in, they do the same process. Get all these pizzas, thousands of pounds. The same period in terms of, this was in the summer, in July. One other entries in terms of the Home Office financial log show that hundreds of pounds was spent on tea, coffee, and other refreshments. Okay, fine. Basic stuff, I guess, but water is also basic. In addition of almost £4,000 was spent on sunhats. Okay, fine. As well as over £3,000 on blankets. So the blankets, you could say they could be necessity. That's absolutely fine. But again, it's really about how you create the structure. When the Home Office spokesperson come out and say, we are committed to delivering the best value for money for the British taxpayer. We ensure all spending is carefully scrutinized to make sure that every pound of taxpayers' money is spent in the most effective way. Why did you order from Domino's? Do you know how expensive Domino's is? No, it's not expensive, but there are a lot cheaper versions of food that you could get, including cheaper pizza places. You think that a £5, £10 difference on a pizza, individual pizza, doesn't matter. But when you're ordering 500 pizzas, that's a lot of money every day, every month, and every week. Of course, there's a big process. Getting sun hats, getting all this stuff. You don't really know what you're doing. If this was some sort of project, you're welcoming legal migrants who are entering the country. We are expecting them. We know what the number is. That's fine. We have some sort of structure. These are people who are already breaking the rules. So they're essentially criminals. But for some reason, we have now treating everybody as if the rule of law doesn't matter. Because they say, as they were reaching the place, they were breaking the rules. But now that they're here, they're asylum seekers. So what were they when they were in France? Were they having problems in France? Is France not a safe place? You're lying to people, and people who are now using even Priti Patel as their anchor in the Home Office and the government. Priti Patel needs to actually do something about this in terms of her reputation. If she wants to be seen as someone who cares, and at times I do believe that she wants to do something about this, but then at times I'm like, okay, surely she should do something about it. And all the tiny policy changes, nothing's happened. Some of them not effective enough. She has to stand up and defend herself and criticize the Home Office more often. We have to know who's in charge. Is it the Border Force deciding this? Is it just the Home Office? Is it the Croydon branch? Who's doing this? Because it's not really just about wasting taxpayers' money. It's about creating this bad culture, and that's the whole theme of where everything's been happening recently. We know that the smugglers are known to both the French government and the UK government. They're not being arrested. So the migrants, the illegal migrants, sitting in France right now, in Paris, drinking coffee, and also the smugglers, read this story and say, okay, once we reach Dover, they won't treat us like criminals. They also give us Domino's and sun hats, and then they'll send us to a hotel. And we don't have to have a health passport, because that's fine. It doesn't matter if it's a green list or amber list for illegal migrants and smugglers. It's bad. Stop it. This matters to the country, not just people who are already born here. It also undermines the legal migrants who work hard and go through the legal route to get here. Now, every day on this channel, we talk about a lot of these issues, but also on the main channel, my2c.co.uk, we do have the longer version of the podcast where we talk about real problems that actually happens, that affects your life and my life and everybody in this country. So definitely check out the link in the description, subscribe to this channel, click on the like button on my2c, and I'll see you guys in the next video.